When is it a good time to call your real estate professional? You know what? We're going to go through that today. What to ask them. It is a good idea to keep in contact with your real estate agent. We're going to tell you why. Stay tuned.
Good morning.
Namaste, Billy Boy. How are you?
Very good. How are you?
Good.
You had a
Happy
busy
Monday.
weekend.
Yeah, I had Zero Sunday.
Zero Sunday meaning absolutely zero gets done outside of the house.
It's like you just it's just do a lot of work. You work on the couch a lot. You work on Netflix and Prime a lot. You work the fridge a lot, and you just do nothing with the family.
And do
Zero
clients call
Sunday.
you on a Sunday, or was this a Saturday conversation?
Yeah. I still do client calls and emails, and between your iPhone and your laptop, you're mucking around. Love it.
So you had a client call in on the weekend, and it was a friendly chat.
Yeah, so this was on Saturday. It reminded me to have this conversation on air, because I think that sometimes you not is the word shy, or not ashamed or shy, but you sort of you I find the people that stay in contact with their agent or me, and I sort of keep in contact with them. We sort of have a good banter about, what's the property market doing, how you're going, what are you doing yourself, what am I
Yep.
doing. There's sort of that good banter between clients, and I've got clients like 30 years of real estate agent. I've got clients that consistently touch base with me, and it's not just a let's talk business. It's how are you? How's the family? What's new? Bit of a catch up. Maybe a 5-minute conversation. And then often it comes up, what are you doing property wise? Is it time to buy, upgrade, downgrade, family or friends are doing something. It's a bit of a cross pollination with everything. So I think to be a good honeybee, as a person, you should sort of go to your real estate agent regularly, at least once a quarter, and have just a bit of a chin wag.
Well, I love to separate the whole real estate agent part and then a good, business partner, or a someone you can just use as an idea, to bounce ideas off. That's the beautiful part of our job. We're not just an agent. We're exposed to the market and what hundreds of investors, landlords, buyers and sellers are doing at any one time. So I think we've got a fortunate position to take a back seat and have a very wide angled lens as to what's going on in the marketplace. And if we can share little snippets of that with people when they call in, that's really nice.
Yeah, a real estate agent is very transactional. And when I mean very transactional, it's not just like helping people buy and helping people sell, but people open their doors up and their lives up to their real estate agent, and positioning where they are with that real estate agent. So you really do get good optics on what everyone in the marketplace is doing, because you're in everyone's home, and you're in a lot of people's brains. So a good real estate agent is highly transactional, so they can see what everyone's doing and they can share that. And I think if you're an accountant, as an example, with 2 customers, or if you're an accountant with 100 customers in different industries and different faculties, then you can give some really good broad advice when you've got the bigger book, or the when you're more transactional.
Yeah, the insight. Another thing I can say, which is a huge advantage to clients, is the insight on what might be compounding in their brain as a big issue or a big topic, such as what is interest rates going to do and affect my property. We can tell you what the buyers are actually saying on the ground. If you're considering a sale, when to time it. But there is a big build up of things in people's minds as to what might be a hurdle to stopping them from the next move. But once you sort of get that out in the air, it often becomes just more of a piece of conversation that we can work around. So I think that's another important thing.
Billy, I think technology's changed a lot, but I think the principles haven't changed. Where, at the moment, the news is on this morning, and I'm hearing about the overseas, what's happening in Iran and stuff. And, then on the flip side, you're on social media. Yesterday, I'm on social media checking out what people have been up to. But I think, in essence, like, there's no better way than a good old fashioned conversation or a belly to belly with someone. So I think when the nice thing about a real estate agent is it's localized. So you can actually group in all these things that you're exposed to, and then you can ask a real estate agent locally, how's that going? How are people going in the marketplace? Considering,
Yeah.
overseas war, the petrol prices, that stuff like that. So I think it's a really nice summation. And the point of today, I'd just like to say to people that if you've got a relationship with an agent, use it. Stay in contact with them. A good agent will stay in contact with you. A good customer will stay in contact with them. And
Yes.
leverage off that and learn from that. If you haven't got a good real estate agent, go visit some open houses and make a friend.
Yeah, that's right. I mean, that's the nice part. You will build good rapport with someone, and over 30 years, that compounds into a really nice um, relationship. So I think what we're sort of getting at today is there really is no reason not to stay in touch. Certainly from an agent's side, maintaining contact with a customer, but I like that a good customer maintains contact for the relationship on the other side as well.
Oh, look, it's like any friendship, you don't go to a bar and one person talks and the other person doesn't, or you don't go to a wedding or a birthday party or any of that stuff. Do you know what I mean? It's part of it's part of business and relationship building. But I think if you've got equally, if you've got a good real estate agent or if you've got a good customer, you can both benefit, from that. And that transaction may not look like them buying property or you selling them a property, but it may look like trading information. How
Yeah.
many times, Billy, you speak to someone and they tell you about a sale in their street or something that happened in their area, and you take that, bank that, and you regurgitate that to other clients that are out there in the marketplace. So it's I think people think, oh, because I'm not getting the transaction from the real estate agent, because the agent's not getting the transaction from me, then I'm wasting their time. Not the case. Not the case. It's always good, healthy conversation when we're chatting with people.
Now I'm going to quiz you on lead times. If 2026 is the year you're making a move and lead time is important to you, let's unpack that quickly. If I'm selling my property this year, how many weeks, months should I be talking to an agent in advance?
6 months.
3 to 6 months.
Yeah.
I like
I didn't
there's a good
say
saying,
three, I said six.
6. Preparation creates premium, guys. No need to rush it. Be a better
That's not
experience
it.
for you,
Yep.
and it will be a better experience. Renting my property,
2 months.
2 months. And is there any move in there if I'm selling, whether it be a downsize or an upsize? Buy, sell, buying first, selling first. What do you think clients do?
Sell first.
Sell first. So
Um,
it's a nice early conversation that I think not only gets a better result, but it creates a much better customer experience. Much better.
Not rushing it. Get educated, guys. Get educated. The only way to get educated is by having time. You can't get a degree in 4 days. It takes 4 years. You need to get educated on the process. So speak to your agents, regularly. But I think for me, it's more about, I think, the great relationships that I've built with people over the years, are regular ones where I'm speaking with them, or I'm calling them, or they're calling me on a regular basis, and it's really good banter, with their stuff to catch up on, and it's sort of like it's. Look, if life's a game of chess, you really need to be moving pieces around the board and sitting and looking at the board. You can't just walk away. So I think real estate is one of those things where you really want to be at the board, moving pieces around, staying active, not super active, but you don't want to ignore it for 5 or 10 years, because it can sort of bite you on the bum. You sort of want to stay across it. I believe it's the same with accountants. I believe it's the same with lawyers, bankers. I think it's for me personally, with what I do, I've got a really good, healthy relationships all the way around with those guys. We're talking on a regular basis, and not particularly social or not particularly doing business, but it's just keeping in touch.
Well, yeah, you got to remember, property is one of those things. It's the roof over your head, and it's an investment vehicle moving forward. So don't fall asleep at the wheel.
I love that. Billy, thank you very much. Call your real estate agent today.
We look forward to hearing from you.
See you later. Just take
See you
care.
later.